PSW here.
Hey, how are you?
Not too bad. I just had a situation with Mrs. White and Mr. Red. Can I discuss that with you?
Absolutely.
Okay, just let me give you some background about that. So basically, I noticed that you had a meeting with your staff regarding the motor transmissions.
Absolutely. She's currently on isolation.
Okay. So my assessment is that Mr. Red has been coming through and wandering in the night into her room. Are you aware of that?
I'm not aware.
Just want to discuss a few recommendations with you. I was wondering if we could put a redirection strip across her door, and that way Mr. Red can't walk into Mrs. White's room. Also, I just wanted to make notice to the night staff that are coming in, so they're aware that Mr. Red does wander at night. And if that doesn't work, possibly getting a one-on-one arrangement with him, that'd be great. Can you just relay that to me?
Sure. So your first recommendation would be to get the yellow strip across the door so he doesn't walk through. Number 2 being we're going to notify the night staff every night. Head nurse will take care of that. And then number 3, if all those don't work, we'll possibly look into a one-on-one for Mr. Red during the night.
Thank you so much, Daniel. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
That way the motor transmission isn't spreading.
Absolutely. How are you, Mr. Clark?
I'm good.
My name's Daniel Mulaney. I'd just like to talk to you about Mr. Green's situation. Is that okay with you?
Sounds good.
Okay, so the current situation as I know it is that Mr. Green unfortunately is still using mechanical transfers. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So some background information. I've been working with Mr. Green. We've been doing some physiotherapy.
Okay.
And now the physiotherapist recommends that Mr. Green go down from a mechanical transfer to a single person extensive. Okay?
That makes sense.
All right. So my assessment of the situation is yes, you guys are still using the mechanical lifts, but we should be going down to a single person extensive. Okay.
I see how that's working.
Yeah. So to help him progress with his physiotherapy, we should be going down to a single person so we can encourage independence.
Yeah, for sure.
Strengthen himself up, and we can work with the physiotherapist. Does that sound good?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So could you just give me a read back of the situation?
So basically what you're saying is that my staff's been using him as a 2-person lift, and you want him to go to the single. That way he gains his more independence.
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
Thanks a lot.
We'll talk about that, okay?
Okay.
Perfect.
Hi, Dr. Mulaney. My name's Eric. I'm working with Mrs. Brown today. Do you have a few minutes to discuss a change in status with her?
Absolutely.
So she does wear a TLSO brace when she's upright and walking. Yesterday she skated. She nearly had a fall, but caught herself just in time. She is a very motivated person and continues to try to ambulate and transfer by herself. That does raise our concerns for fall risk.
Okay.
Alright, so during my assessment, I did note an increase in fall risk from her initial assessment. She also stated a numbness and a tingling in her legs, and she doesn't have power like before. We do recommend that she uses her call bell more when she wants that assistance, so she's not getting up by herself.
Right.
And maybe a plan with rehab to kind of maintain that mobility and her strength. If you can just reiterate your understanding for me.
For sure. So first and foremost, we're going to encourage her to use the call bell, especially when she does need that assistance.
Yeah.
Second, we're going to get her with the rehab team physiotherapist to see if that we can help her to strengthen herself so that she can ambulate, get up, what have you, by herself.
That's great. Thank you for taking the time.
No problem.